Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Just finishing listening to my theme song. If you have not listened to it, it's called The Present by Isaac Cappy. Please find it. Love that song. You can find it on my profile. Just gonna get started here. Hit the record button, and we are live on YouTube. Such a good song. Such a good song. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can get the rights to that one so I can put it on the show. It is my favorite song. Isaac Cappy's The Present. There's so many reasons I use that song. Good morning. Rise and shine, everyone. Rise and shine. It is Wednesday morning. Oh my goodness, we're already at March 12th. Whew. My name is Coach Lacey. Welcome to my show. Rise and shine with Morning Moon. If you're watching me on YouTube, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time that I go live. I go live every morning, Monday through Friday on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook in my group Rise and Shine with Morning Moon, or you can hit the follow button on my profile, Lacey Watson. You can find me at Penn site, www.lacyjwatson.com, where you can download my Release Foundations guide and anchor in every day with the Daily Wellness Foundation's checklist. Woo, how we doing today? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Rise and Shine with Morning Moon. This is where we wake up, speak truth, and get our minds right. Oh my. So if you caught the show yesterday, it is not up on the public sphere. You have to kind of dig to find it because I got a little spicy yesterday. I will admit I was very spicy, very annoyed, super, super, super annoyed. But today is a new day. I'm over it. I spilled my tea. I don't really care anymore. It's not a big deal. If someone wants to copy me, well, at least I'm doing a good job. Keep watching, honey, because you're about to see some real cool stuff. Anyways, today is a really special day, and it's got me thinking a lot about life. As always, I'm always contemplating, gosh. But today is my stepdaughter's 18th birthday. And man, I just am like reflecting on her journey, my husband's journey, my family's journey, my siblings' journey. Mm. And the thing that really hit me the hardest last night, when I realized that she was 18 and we were talking, she is at the point now in her life where I was when I was sitting. Well, there's two things that hit me really hard. First thing that hit me really hard was myself, where I was sitting when I was 18. But the second thing that hit me really hard was my daughter has now reached the point of the age where my brother killed himself. And it is a hard realization. And I'm really happy that she's here with us. And I'm just reflective and I don't have words for what I'm feeling, to be honest with you. Whenever I think about that, it's just a deep sadness that comes over me, but yet a gratefulness for where she's at and where I'm at. But it's just like bittersweet. That's the only thing. My life is so bittersweet. There's so many sweet, perfect moments, just like anybody else's. And then there's just really hard, like, oof, heart gut wrenching stuff. And I just reflecting over that. So Hunter died when he was 18. He was a few months away from graduating and he had a momentary lapse of reason and took his life over a girl who showed up to his funeral with another guy. And I'm really thankful that our daughter has been spared and she tried to take her own life, and that's why she's sitting with us. That's why she lives with us now. She's living at her mom's, over some boy. And her story could have been a reflection of my brother's, like the same similar thing, and I'm really thankful that it's not. And I was thinking about when I was 18. I was sitting in rehab at 18. I turned 18 in rehab. I was a meth addict and I was stuck in the darkest time of my life. And it's funny because I was telling my daughter the story the other day of what my life was like and what my 18th birthday was. And my grandpa, I was sitting in rehab. My grandpa took me out to the mall on my 18th birthday, because I got to check out. I got to get a day pass and get checked out and go to the mall. And he took me shopping, bought me this big Care Bear and this big blanket, this big sun and moon blanket. Huh, never thought about that. And I went back to rehab, and a couple weeks later I checked out, because I was 18 then. But the reason I had gone to rehab was I was running, man. I'll never forget that day I was running. I was just running and I was doing meth and hanging out with my friends, and there was this guy I really liked, and it was the first guy that I had ever um liked besides the one boyfriend I'd ever had. And I remember like we were like making out all this stuff, and my grandma shows up, and I was like super excited. And my grandma shows up to my house the next day, and she says to me, "Hey, we're gonna go shopping. We're gonna go shopping in Casper. We're gonna go to the mall and we're gonna buy you some clothes." I'm like, yeah, let's go, Grandma. Let's go, Grandma. Let's go, Grandma. And Grandma takes me. We drive the 2 hours to Casper. We end up at this place, the Wyoming Behavioral Institute, WBI. And I'm like, Grandma, this isn't the mall. Grandma, this is not the mall. And Grandma's like, honey, it's not the mall. We are getting an evaluation. We're checking you into rehab. We're skipping the intervention. You're done running, baby. That's what she said to me. I will never forget Grandma saying you were done running because, oh man, I'll share my story someday of what I was like when I was a teenager. And if you go through my YouTube, you can listen to some of it. But long story short, I was hell on wheels. It was the early 2000s in Wyoming with the meth epidemic, the crank epidemic with ephedra. And my friends were making it, selling it, all of it. I mean, we were bad. We were bad. We were bad, bad, bad. I cannot, when I think of the things that I put my mother through, God, I'm so sorry. Mom, I'm so sorry. So fucking sorry. Like, I was wild, and so I was really unsure, and my family was really unsure if I would ever find my way out ever. And I remember being stuck in rehab, and I was just like so pissed, and they diagnosed me with borderline disorder, all this stuff. And I was a meth addict, like who knows if I actually had that, but like I was just wild. And my family just prayed and prayed and prayed, prayed and prayed and prayed, and I was just so lost and so angry and carrying a lifetime of pain on my shoulders and just a shitbag. So God redeems, and today I am sitting here before you, clean, healed, and building a life I never thought I would have. And I am just like living proof of God's redemption and love. And that is why I preach to you every morning about it. Because I'm a living miracle. My daughter's a living miracle. Like, we are living miracles. My husband is a living miracle. Like, our stories, we are miracles. And we are living proof that God redeems, that nothing stays the same for everything changes. Like, even when you feel stuck, even when you feel like the darkness will not break and the light will never come, the sun always rises. The morning moon sets and the sun rises. There's always hope. Just living proof. Find the proof. Look at the proof. So like even when you feel stuck, there's always hope, you know? But like really, if I'm being honest with you guys, life is this ebb and flow, and it's not just like one big redemption story with a happy ending. Like it's cycles, right? So it's cycles. Yesterday I was in a cycle. Today I'm in a different day. Like yesterday I was really upset. Like I was upset to the point of just confrontational upset, and I had to let that go, and I had to really work within myself, you know. And that little incident was a small incident. It wasn't like a big thing. These days my life has a different challenges. You know, we battle with health challenges in our home. As those of you who follow us know, my husband has PTSD and cyclical vomiting syndrome, and we battle with health. And so I battle with celiac disease and endometriosis, PCOS. We battle with health. Like we have health battles here. And so our battles have shifted, and we'll make it through our darkest nights only to wake up and live our brightest days, but then just wake up just to go back to another dark night, right? Like just like that, the night comes again and we're back in the shit. And that's life, you know. As so it is. And so that's the contrast. That's the duality. Life is duality. It's as above, so below. Like it's duality. That's the contrast of it. And the deeper that you go, the more you realize that you wouldn't have the deep, profound appreciation, or you wouldn't experience the awe of life without all the darkness and without all the lows. You just wouldn't. Like I would never be able to appreciate the sun shining in the sky without the moon. Like I would never be able to appreciate any of the things that I have right now had I not walked through such darkness. Such darkness. And that's how I'm able to come to you guys today. Like that's why yesterday I let go this whole thing with this person that stole my tagline. I've changed my tagline since then. And I'm evolving because of it. Like this person showed me, okay, well, like that's some surface level. Like if you want to anchor into your wellness foundations to live the life of your dreams, anybody anybody can say that, but do they live it, right? Do they live it, and is it really the essence? So this person, they can't capture my essence. They don't have my story. They haven't walked the walk I walked. Like so it doesn't matter if they take my tagline, because the tagline, like it's going to mean something different for her and for her business than it would mine, because mine's a whole different animal. Like, and I'm not saying that mine's better or theirs is better or whatever, it's just different. And so if I sat with that and I recognized it, and I kind of felt bad afterwards that I had unfriended them and everything, but there's a boundary that has to be held, and there's an energetic exchange that happens, that there's just certain things that, like, even if you admire someone and you think they have a good idea, you want to attribute that to them. You want to give them a little bit back. And I was like just really upset, yesterday. It just hurt me. And it was like one of the things that really, the reason I was so hurt, I found once I was moving through this, is it wasn't because she took my words. It was everything that had happened before that point. There was context to be had there. Like, had it been someone I didn't know, I wouldn't have really, like, I would have been like, okay, whatever. Like, it would have been like, okay, well, you want to be cool. Like, you're not. So, whatever. But it was the context behind it, because it was this rejection. She had rejected me previously. And if she's watching, maybe you get to figure out what you did wrong. Like here it is. She wasn't willing to invest in me and pay me what I was worth. Yet she was willing to pour money into things that didn't even move the needle overall, when these things could have been invested in a little bit lower level, could have invested in me a little bit higher level. Like give me a living wage so I can actually get some groceries for my family when my husband is sick and he's not able to work. Like, hi, like pay people what they're worth, number one. And number two, don't like don't make investments in things that bring you pleasure or whatever, because you want to rise up without taking care of the essentials first. Like you have to take care of your business essentials and you have to make sure to make wise investments. And when you make investments and you don't want to show up to do the work and go to the 6 a.m. call and like actually give it a good college go, then you're just making bad decisions, and bad business decisions are not your employees' problem, right? And so you have to recognize that when you have people that are working with you and working under you and people that you are playing the game with, you got to pour into them, like these people, we will take it personally if you're using our good works, but you don't want to acknowledge, you don't want to pour in. Like for example, like have you ever poured your heart into something and you're just only to be overlooked or dismissed or told that you don't get to have an equal share, or that you're not good enough, or you're not the type, you're not the vibe, you're not the right vibe, you don't fit the vibe, you're not the vibe for whatever it is. I'm someone that will show up into a business if I'm working there, and I will take ownership and I will want to be a part of it, and I will like move the needle. I am a creator. I will move that needle. So that's like, it's frustrating. It's a gut punch. It's a really big gut punch when you've thought to yourself, wasn't I good enough? I was good enough. I wasn't good enough to work for them, but my work was, like my ideas were, right? Like, have you ever been rejected only to see the same people who like who didn't value you, only to like take your idea? That hurts. It's frustrating. But what I learned through that is I don't need anybody's validation. And I sat with it, I felt the anger, and I let it go. Because holding on to it only hurts me. And like, honestly, the moment that I released it, the blessings started flowing in my life. So, yesterday, for the first time ever, I had an appointment with a naturopathic doctor that I don't actually work for. It was my first time ever having an appointment for me. For the first time in my whole life, like my whole adult life, I got to be the patient without any expectation. There was no strings attached. There was actually focus on my care 100%. I actually got to receive the care instead of giving it or being the person that they're looking to for the help. Like I got to focus on my healing instead of what everyone else wanted. And that was like exactly what I needed. It's exactly what I needed. Then I went to my rolfing specialist. I got my body into alignment. That released some stuff. And later that night, last night, I found myself at this new table at my small group, and we all had different life experiences, but we were coming together in Christ. And it just really hit me. That was exactly where I needed to be. And it was just really profound. And the tables that we sit and pulling up a chair and sharing our stories and just being together in the unity of Christ. It was so powerful. So what I want you to think about today is, who are the people sitting at your table? We're talking about this a lot lately. What tables are you sitting at? Are they lifting you up? Are they challenging you? Are they bringing you closer to your purpose? Are they bringing you closer to God? Or are they draining you, keeping you small, and like keeping you bitter? Are they like draining your energy? Some people are energy vampires and they don't even realize it. They want all your good ideas. They want all your good energy, but they don't want to pour back into you, right? The company we keep shapes into the people we become, right? And so like thinking back to when I was 18, I made some really distinct choices when I hit 23 about the people I was surrounding myself with. And that changed everything for me. Changed everything for me. And last night, I was really grateful to be at a table with people who remind me of what truly matters, and that's faith, growth, and redemption. That is all that matters in this world, is faith and growth and redemption and connection. Connection, right? It's a big deal. Phase 18, she's alive today, and it's a blessing that we don't take for granted. She came to us attempting to take her own life. My brother lost his at that very point. So I don't take that for granted. And it made me think about all the close calls in my life and all the moments where we don't know what's on the other side. And we just really never know what someone's going through. So be kind. Have some compassion, right? So today I want you to sit with this. What if if you are feeling lost or like you're not making it in this world? I want you to really think about what if, like, what does future you look like? And what if you're like standing at the edge of breakthrough, but you're just too stuck in your shit to see it? And like, what if that no or that door that just closed is really actually making space or opening a window for something better? And what if your pain and all the pain that you're feeling actually has a purpose that you just can't see yet? Look, guys, look at everything I went through. I was a meth addict. I've been abused. I've been sexually abused more than times than I can ever count, and that's really hard to say online. I've been physically hurt, I've been mentally hurt, I've been a drug addict, I have been overweight, I have been homeless, I have been hopeless, I have been broke, I have been broken, I have just been down in the shit in the dark. And it wasn't I didn't avoid those dark nights. I leaned into them and I made it through, right? So it's not about avoiding the dark nights, it's about making it through so that you can appreciate the sun when it comes up and appreciate the daytime when it's here and enjoy it. We just have to stop holding on to what's already gone and make space for the blessings that are flowing into our life. Let it go. Release it. Release that shit. Let it go. I'm just kind of in awe of my own story today, and I want it to inspire you. This story is my story, but it's not my own. I'm not the author of it. God is. There's a difference. When we're Christians, we're storytellers. We are not the author. And I'm not the author of my story. Had I been the author of my story, I would have taken all of that shit out. I would have never, ever screwed with drugs, ever. If I was writing my story all over again, I probably would have written that part out. But God sure as hell wouldn't, because I would never be the person that I am today. I've been the broken teenager in rehab. I've been the angry person fighting for recognition. I have been the person stuck in resentment, sadness, and disparity. And let me tell you what, I have been redeemed again and again and again and again and again. I've been a total shitbag, but God has redeemed me. And guess what? God can redeem you too. And God has redeemed you. There's so many moments in your life that you've probably taken for granted that you don't even know. So if you're listening to this today, I want you to think about, where were you when you were 18? What was your 18th birthday like? Where were you? What were you doing? Who are you now? Who are you now? You made it. That alone is a blessing worth celebrating. You're watching me today. You're alive. My poor brother Hunter. He had a momentary lapse of reason and he didn't make it. He was 18 years old. Don't let a momentary lapse of reason in the moment of darkness waste your time or take your energy or take your life. Don't waste a day holding on to things that no longer serve you. Don't waste a day sitting at the wrong tables. Leave the table. I left the table and I'm so much better for it. Think about how far you've come. Because the next 5 years, they start right now. They start right now. So anchor in. Anchor in. Anchor into your wellness foundations, everyone. It's time to anchor in, rise and shine. All right. Anchor in. So if this message hits you today and you're feeling stuck and you're ready to stop wasting time on what doesn't serve you, start learning your God-given purpose, join me. Join me. Apply for my group coaching experience today at www.lacyjwatson.com or just send me a message. I would love to have you guys join us. We start in 2 weeks. It's going to be so awesome. Life is too short to sit in resentment. It is time to rise, shine, and start building something real. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go to a photo shoot for a website. Woo! It's going to be so much fun for integrated changes with Chris, Rothling Specialist. If you're in Wenatchee, make sure to go check him out and get your body into alignment. And if you have not already today yet anchored into your wellness foundations, Rise and Shine, go in the group on Rise and Shine with Morning Moon on Facebook. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, kind of, same place. I don't have time doesn't exist for me, so I show up when I show up. All right. And you'll get it when you get it. So that's just the way it is. All right. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Let's rise and shine together. Ciao.